Let's talk about the stock market, the so-called level playing field where fortunes are made and lost. We're told prices are set by supply and demand. But what if that invisible hand is actually a handful of powerful players rigging the game? This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's backed by data. We dove deep into the trading of Asia Broadband Inc., AABB, and what we found was infuriating. Millions of shares traded, yet the price didn't move an inch. That's not normal. Imagine running a marathon, only to find out some runners are on segways. That's what's happening here. The system is being manipulated by market makers, big financial firms who are supposed to provide stability. But instead, they're fleecing regular investors. We're pulling back the curtain tonight. We'll show you the tactics, spoofing, layering, and hiding trades in plain sight. This isn't just about one stock, it's about the integrity of the entire market. If you play by the rules, you should have a fair shot. But what happens when the gatekeepers break that promise? We're naming names and showing receipts. This is a betrayal of trust, not by outlaws, but by the very people meant to protect the system. Buckle up, this will make you angry. And it should. Let's get into it. How do you catch a ghost in the market? With patience, spreadsheets, and relentless data collection. We captured data from OTC markets, ADVFN, Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, and Yahoo Finance. We captured Level 2 order book data for AABB, second by second for months. We analyzed every trade, cross-referencing the tape with the order book. Massive trades happened, but the buy and sell orders barely flinched. The numbers didn't add up. We watched in real time giant sell orders would appear, scare investors, then vanish. Classic spoofing. We documented every anomaly, screenshot by screenshot. We tracked which market makers were involved in suspicious trades. It was painstaking, but the pattern was clear. This wasn't a market, it was a magic show. The tricks were happening right in front of us. The evidence piled up piece by piece. This wasn't random. It was a coordinated effort, and we caught them in the act. Here's a real example. On June 24, 2025 at 10:13 a.m., a trade for 143,170 shares of AABB executed. That's a good trade for a small stock. The price should have moved. It didn't. A sell order matching the buy appears. Seconds later, more big trades. Still no price change. This is trade suppression. Market makers absorb buying pressure, keeping the price pinned down. How? They internalize orders, matching buys and sells in-house, never letting real demand hit the open market. It's like a casino owner paying you off before your bet hits the table, so the odds never change. This lets them accumulate shares cheaply, then release the brakes when they're ready to profit. They control both the gas and the brakes. That single trade is a great example. There are thousands of them. It shows the game is rigged on two levels. Retail investors never get a fair shot. The manipulation is hidden in plain sight, and it's happening every day. So who's behind the curtain? The top market makers, Citadel Securities, with paid for order flow, GTSM, INTL, ASCM, ETRF, CSTI, VERT, STXG, Puma, Knight, and OTCN. These are Wall Street's players on level 2 with AABB, not shadowy backroom dealers. Citadel is a master of internalization and high-frequency trading, processing a huge chunk of retail orders. They see the flow before anyone else, like having the test answers in advance. Spoofing and layering are their favorite tricks. Flash big fake orders to spook investors, then cancel and buy cheap. Layering is just spoofing on steroids, multiple fake orders at different prices to create a false market picture. They also hide trades by internalizing them, masking real buying and selling pressure. It's like running a dark pool inside the public market. They accumulate or dump shares without anyone noticing. They're playing poker with everyone else's cards face up. These aren't just tactics, they're weapons. And they're used to control the narrative and extract value from everyone else. Let's talk about volume, the number of shares traded. For AABB, you might see 10 to 20 million shares traded in a day, but that number is a lie. Most of that volume is phantom, internalized trades and dark pool activity that never impacts the price. Our analysis showed over 90% of reported volume was disconnected from real price discovery. Volume is supposed to confirm trends, but here it's just noise. Retail investors see high volume but no price movement, get confused, and sell out of frustration. Market makers use this phantom volume to create a false narrative and meet exchange requirements. The official numbers become tools of deception. The volume you see isn't real buying or selling pressure. It's just market makers shuffling shares to maintain control. It's brilliant, and it's damaging. And it keeps the game rigged. So who wins? The market makers and their institutional clients. They buy low, sell high, and profit from volatility they control. Retail investors lose, held down by artificial price suppression, manipulated into bad decisions and left disillusioned. Trust in the market erodes and participation drops. Regulators like the SEC are outgunned and under-resourced. Many manipulative tactics exist in legal gray areas, making enforcement tough. So what can you do? Demand investigations? Contact the SEC, FINRA, and your representatives. Share this information. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Talk about it, post about it, and support transparency. Don't let this issue be ignored. The fight for a fair market is about more than money. It's about principle. The market should be an opportunity for everyone, not just a playground for the privileged. Change starts with us. Let's flip the table.